Clearly, one of the biggest concerns for San Francisco's defense heading into this season was what they were going to do at the safety position. Not only did they lose their all-pro safety in Talanoa Hufanga to the Broncos, but their standout rookie in Malik Mustafa tore his ACL in the final game. Based on other players' recoveries, many people predicted Malik Mustafa would start out the season on the physically unable to perform list, meaning he would miss at least the first 4 games of the season. And that's a big reason San Francisco added so many safeties this offseason, whether you're looking at the rookie Marquise Siegel or some veterans in Jason Pinnock and Richie Grant. And while they may still start the season, right now, Malik Mustafa doesn't appear like he's going to be headed to the physically unable to perform list, as he's released a video showing him squatting 4 plates or 405 pounds and running around on the field. And while he's yet to show hard breaks, what's kind of impressive about his field work is how he's carrying around either a sled or a parachute. You can see on this video right here how he has something attached to his waist. You can't really see what it is. It's probably a parachute or sled though. As far as his non-sledded work went, it was encouraging to see his change of direction. While it wasn't extremely aggressive, it was almost like a U pattern that continually put stress on that ACL. Maybe most importantly, headed into the season for the second-year player though, it really demonstrates what type of player he is off the field. He's going to continually put work into something until he figures it out. And he really doesn't care the narrative people are trying to create for him. They say he's going to be out to start the season on the physically unable to perform list, so he goes out there, squats 4 plates, and runs around the field like it's nothing 21 weeks post-op. So head into his second year in the league, and his first year with a truly elite defensive coordinator in Robert Saleh, I think he has the potential to outdo his rookie campaign despite this ACL injury. To really highlight this point, in this video, I want to go over what makes Malik Mustafa such a great fit for Robert Saleh's defense. Initially starting out, arguably one of the most important roles for a safety, not just in Robert Saleh's defense, but in any defense, is their ability to come up and tackle a back in the running game. On this play, for instance, going against the Vikings, you can see how Mustafa is San Francisco's lone safety, and he's quickly able to identify this run, breaks down in the open field, and then brings down this back for a pretty minimal gain. Probably the most impressive part for the rookie last year though was just how quickly he could identify running lanes forming for backs. Here on this play, for instance, he's playing a traditional safety alignment, almost immediately reacts to this cutback lane, beats this wide receiver's block, and brings down this back in the open field. And while Mustafa isn't slow, running his 40-yard dash in 4.52 seconds, he plays much faster than that time would suggest. I mean, he plays like a safety with 4.4 time at least. He just is so quick to identify the play and then play without hesitation. Another aspect of Mustafa's game I absolutely love is his ability to play sideline to sideline. You'll never see him give up on a play. Here, for instance, it does appear like Gibbs is running towards one side of San Francisco's field, but with him changing directions, so does Mustafa, and if he wasn't the one to make the play on this play, it could have gone for a much bigger gain. Another reason I believe Mustafa is a perfect fit for Robert Saleh's defense is his ability as a box safety. He does an excellent job of almost becoming another linebacker, and he has the size and necessary power to punish runners. Here on this play, for instance, you can see how he's able to quickly identify this little counter from this back, takes his read step, shoots without hesitation, which allows him to beat this block and get this back down for a pretty minimal gain. Another underappreciated aspect of Mustafa's game in his box safety type of role is his ability to take on offensive linemen. Here going against the Bears, for instance, you can see how he's able to pull out a double hand swipe to get away from this offensive lineman and get in on the play. Outside of his solid run coverage, I think a lot of people underappreciate him as a pass defender. As a rookie, he was really solid at identifying plays often, but maybe one of his most important features entering Robert Saleh's defense is his man coverage. Here going against the Cowboys tight end, for instance, he's just going to be running this little corner route, but Mustafa does a great job of staying inside his hip pocket this entire time, and with him being targeted, Mustafa goes up, attacks this ball. He doesn't get out initially though, but on his second punch, he does. This is a phenomenal play by safety. It's more like a corner. It really demonstrates just how concentrated and aware Mustafa is. 1 punch, nah, doesn't get out. 2 punches, yes, and saves the touchdown on this play. Phenomenal. In a similar way on this play, you can see how he shuts down the Bears tight end and is all over him. You can see initially Caleb Williams wants to go that direction, but because Mustafa has such tight man coverage, he can't. Outside of his man coverage, Mustafa also does a phenomenal job in his zone coverage of identifying where the wide receivers or tight ends are entering his zones and then shooting it without hesitation in a similar way to his running game. Here, for instance, with San Francisco playing cover 3, he sees Sam Laporta entering his zone, so he shoots it without hesitation and is able to bring him down for a pretty minimal gain. Another thing I love about Mustafa and his zone coverage is his ability to read the quarterback's eyes. Here going against the Lions, once again for instance, he's able to identify Jared Goff throwing towards his tight end towards the top of the screen, so he shoots it and is able to help break up this pass. Phenomenal safety play. So overall, when I'm looking at Malik Mustafa entering year 2 and his first year in Robert Saleh's defense, while he is rehabbing his ACL, he looks like he's not going to start the season on the physically unable to perform list, and at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting early on in the season, maybe week 2, week 3, who knows, maybe even week 1. But right now, with Malik Mustafa entering Robert Saleh's defense, I think he has the possibility to put together a Pro Bowl season. But now, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think he'll be able to replicate his rookie success? Or do you think because of this injury, Mustapha will fall into a sophomore slump, kind of like Brown did last year? It would also mean a ton to me if you did enjoy this video, if you could like this video, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a ton. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.